Hey guys, it's me, Miss B. Today we're talking about dividing polynomials using long division and synthetic division. Just kind of a reminder on how we do long division because it's basically the same concept. I want to run through this problem. So go ahead and do this long division problem on your own. Okay, so if you remember back to grade school even, when we do long division, we are testing to see if it is a factor of each thing. So here we have 3. 4 can't go into 3, so it goes in 0 times. So we're going to do 4 times 0 is 0, and then do our subtraction. So we get 3, and then we bring down our next number. Then we ask, okay, how many times can 4 go into 32? That's 8 times. So 4 times 8 is 32. We do subtraction. So that's 0. And then we drop down our next number, which is a 1. 4 goes into 1 0 times. So 4 times 0 is 0. Subtract. Get 1. Drop down our next number. It's a 5. 4 goes into 15 3 times. 4 times 3 is 12. Do subtraction, which is 3. We don't have anything else to bring down, so we have 803. Some people like to put remainder 3. We're not going to do that. We are going to write it as, let me rewrite this here. So we're going to have 803. And then we're going to have 3, our remainder, over our divisor, which is 4. So it's 803 and 3/4 is our answer. Okay, so when we get into long division with polynomials, it's the same thing. So what notes are we in? We're in 2.4, I think. So just a note here, we've got a factor missing. You'll notice we have x to the third. We want to make sure we write in that missing factor. Otherwise, we will get confused as to what we're dividing. So make sure you write in that missing factor there. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into our first example here. So we're doing long division. So I have x minus 2 is my divisor. And x to the third plus 5x squared minus 7x plus 2 is our thing that we are dividing. So I'm going to ask myself, usually I just focus on the first part of the factor to divide. So let me go ahead and do that. So we're going to ask ourselves, how many times does x go into x to the third? The answer is, so that's usually what we would ask. Instead, we're going to ask, okay, x times what equals x to the third? So x times x squared, let me get a different color. X times x squared equals x to the third. So x times x squared is x to the third. X squared times negative 2 is negative 2x squared. All right, the next part is we are going to subtract. Now subtraction is the same thing as adding a negative. So when we subtract, we have to make sure that we distribute that negative all the way through. So we get x to the third, 5 minus negative is plus. So 5 plus 2 is plus 7x squared. So make sure you're paying attention to that. And then we drop down. Oh, I made a mistake here. This should be 0 right here. Oops. Okay. So then we drop down our minus 7x. Right, then I ask myself, how many times, or what do I have to multiply x by to get 7x squared? I'm gonna multiply by 7x. So I get 7x squared and plus 7. Oh, I'm sorry, plus minus 14x. Got ahead of myself there. And then we subtract. We have to put parentheses around this because we have to distribute that through. So this is 0 plus, because this is minus a negative, so we get, oh my goodness, plus negative 7x plus 14x is 7x. And then we drop down our next number, which is a 2. All right. Now I ask myself, how many times, or what do I multiply x by to get 7x? It's 7, so we do 7 times x is 7x. 7 times negative 2 is negative 14. We subtract, so we get 0, negative 14 plus 2, or I'm sorry, 2 minus negative 14 is a positive 16, and we stop there. So this right here is our remainder. So our final answer would be written x squared plus 7x plus 7 plus 16 over x minus 2. So that right there is our final answer. All right, go ahead and try this next one on your own. We'll go over this one in class. Okay, so synthetic division. If the divisor has the form x minus h, then you can use the synthetic division instead of long division. So basically it can't have a squared in it, and it can't be, this has to be so this is an exponent of 1, and h is a constant. So an example of that would be like 3x plus 1, x minus 2, 2x plus 8, those all count. Okay, so what we have to do is, with synthetic division, it's a little bit of setup. So we have, I'm going to do x plus 2 and set it equal to 0. So I'm taking this and setting it equal to 0. And then solving. So I get x is equal to negative 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this negative 2 and I'm going to put it in this corner. And then below that, I'm going to write each of these coefficients in order. So I have 3, negative 4, negative 28, and negative 16. And then this is the pattern. First, we drop down this number, and then we multiply by this number. So 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, and then we add straight down. So we do negative 4 plus 6, which is negative 10. And then we do it again. We multiply by this number, so 10 times negative 2, negative 10 times negative 2 is positive 20. And then we add straight down, so we get negative 8. Then we multiply, get positive 16, add them together, we get 0. All right, so we have a remainder of 0 for that one. And so the way we would write our final answer is we're going to take each of these exponents and subtract 1 from them. So this becomes 3x squared minus 10x minus 8. Okay, so that is our final answer. Just to clarify, what we do is we take this exponent and we divide it by x, so we get x squared as our first term, and then everything drops down from there. Okay, this is super important that you make sure that you do this step and you add in that 0x when it's needed. Okay, so go ahead and do this next one on your own. I'll give you a hint, you do need to rearrange this. So this is 2x to the third plus 0x plus 6x minus 4. And we'll do that one in class. Okay, so then this one here, go ahead and try it on your own. All right, so for this one, we're gonna set 3x minus 1 equal to 0 and solve, so we get x equals 1/3. I don't have any missing terms, so I'm gonna do 1/3 in the corner, and then I've got 6, 7, 12, and -5. I'm gonna space these out more. All right, this number drops down. We multiply by 1/3, so 6 times 1/3 is 2. Add straight down, it's 9. Multiply by 1/3, add straight down. Multiply by 1/3 and add straight down, so we get a remainder of 0. So this answer ends up being 6x squared plus 9x plus 15. So that right there is our final answer. All right, so this one here, because of this x squared, we can't do synthetic. So we are going to have to divide using long division. So we've got x squared minus 3x plus 5 divided by 3x to the fourth minus 5x to the third. I'm missing an x squared, so I have to add that in. Move that down a little bit so I have room. All right, so then I'm going to ask, what do I multiply x squared by to get x to the fourth? It's going to be 3x squared. 3x squared times x squared is 3x to the fourth. 3x squared times negative 3x is negative 9x to the third. And 3x squared times 5 is 15x squared. We want to subtract that whole thing. So I get 0. Negative 5 minus the negative 9 is positive 4x to the third. Then I'm going to subtract 15, so it's negative 15x squared. And then I bring down that 4x. All right, next up, I ask, what do I multiply x squared by to get 4x to the third? So I'm going to multiply by positive 4x. So I get 4x to the third. 4x times 3, negative 3x is negative 12x squared. And then 5 times 4x is 20x. Put it in parentheses, subtract the whole thing. Get 0. Negative 15 minus negative 12 is negative 3x squared. And then 4 minus 20 is negative 16x. Bring down the 6. So to get, what do we multiply x squared by to get negative 3x squared? So we multiply by negative 3. So we get negative 3x squared plus 9x minus 15. Subtract that whole thing. Get 0, negative 16 minus 9 is negative 25x. And then negative 6 minus 15, or I'm sorry, negative 6 plus 15 is plus 9. So then we can't put in any more. So the way that we would write our answer is 3x squared plus 4x minus 3. And then our remainder is negative 25x plus 9 over x to the third, or I'm sorry, x squared minus 3x plus 5. We just add that on there. Okay, so that is our final answer. All right, that's